What's going on? Let me tell you what's been going on with me. I've been violently ill for the last like 5 days now. So in that last video, if you watched it, there was like a little hint of that. But yeah, I had like Giardia or some sort of stomach virus. And I've been praying to God in the bathroom the first 2 days, just lying on the floor, just throwing up. Both ends throwing up. It's been pretty violent. It's probably one of the most violent illnesses I've had, which is also lucky to say. Could have been a lot worse. But that's just a reality of traveling in India. You got to be prepared to get sick because a lot of like the food, you know, the hygiene, the rivers are very dirty. So I should have known better about that, but I thought I would try it. And shout out to Jacob, man. He came all the way up to Hampi and he brought me my needed supplies. So I sort of just self-diagnosed myself, and I've been taking these like, you know, sort of like Giardia antivirus tablets. He brought me heaps of stuff. What a legend. So shout out to Jacob, man. But yeah, I had to basically wasted a week sort of just lying in here and dying in here. The room's pretty dirty, so excuse me, but I slept there the first night. That was epic. Bruh. But feeling almost better now. Still the energy's low and like pretty shaky, but yeah, feeling way better. Thank goodness. So just, if you're coming to India, just be prepared for that, you know? And maybe don't swim in the rivers if you're a tourist, because you will get sick. Even the Ganges, like, even though it's a holy river, bruh, don't swim in there, man. It's so full of bacteria, you will get cooked. Like, most people get ear infections and stuff, so it's lucky I didn't get that very badly. But yeah, it's a strange topic to talk about with Hindu people. They don't seem to understand the concept that we get sick from the dirty rivers, even though that they are holy rivers. I mean, it's science, but anyway. I think you understand what I mean. Like, bruh, it's so dirty, bro. We're tourists. We're not used to it. Our stomach bacteria isn't used to it, you know. Definitely could have been worse. I could have been dying somewhere else. So it's not that bad. I'm just in the middle of cleaning my bike. My laptop's up there at the cafe, editing and uploading the first Hampi video about the empire here, Vijayanagara, which sounds like a female body part with my mispronunciation. So yeah, I'll take you for a look around. I'll show you around, and I'll show you old Betsy, the Himalayan. She's looking clean. So all up, I have spent like almost a week and a half sick, you know, like, because I've had like food poisoning, like minor food poisoning a couple times. So you just gotta, if you're a tourist, someone from another country, a foreigner, just try and factor that into your trip, you know. It's very hard to avoid in India. It's commonly known, you know, among travelers as being a place where you just get cooked. So just be careful, as careful as you can. There's these like stomach enzyme tablets that you can boost your like probiotic gut health. Take one of them every day. I can show you some of the ones that I have. I don't really need them anymore. I took them at the start of my journey when I left Australia and got to Vietnam, but I'm pretty good now. My stomach's pretty tough, so I don't need it. Hello, sir. This is the cafe up here. You guys have seen that already. Here's Betsy coming up clean. Just posting her up, giving her a wash. And I will head back to Delhi shortly because I've got to leave. I've got to bounce out of India. I'm going to be to and from India a few times, but next time I come to India will be for north. I'm super excited to go do north, like Ladakh and Zuluk, all that sort of stuff. Sikkim over in the northeast, or Zuluk in northeast, and Ladakh in the north. So I really want to go to all those places, but that will be next time, when the snow clears, because it's filled in with snow now. Everyone keeps telling me to go there, but it's like, brother, it's winter there now, man. It's all just snow. So that can wait till next time. But before I leave Hampi, there's one more spot that's like It's like India's Stonehenge. Everyone knows Stonehenge. It's like a very famous strange stone site that is quite mysterious. People don't really know what it was for or why the stones are shaped and placed like they are. So there's one here, literally over that way. Hello, bro. Over that way. I didn't see you behind me. There's one over there. It's sort of up in the hills behind this place. So we'll go check that out. There's a huge hippie culture here. It's like, there's even a section in Hampi that's called Hippie Island, which is like a little bit of land surrounded by rivers. And I've heard that like an Israeli guy set up some cafes there, so that's why it's now a very popular spot for people from Israel. But yeah, like I would have never expected that in my life. It's just such a random combination. Israeli hippies and then Indian hippies. It's a very weird mix. But then in one of the spots, which was like the wealthiest spot in India's history, like one of the wealthiest empires. What a weird mix, man. For all the people who don't ride bikes, easiest way to wash the bike, put it on the proper stand, the base one. Some bikes don't have them, like if you get a sport bike, it's not going to have it. So you usually put your bike on a bike stand, like a washing stand. Or you can also just put the side stand down and you tilt the bike over so the back wheel's off the ground, and you can spin the back wheel while you clean the rim. Put it in neutral, you can spin it, clean the rim. You can also do the same thing for the chain. Alright, got a little bit of cooking oil from the kitchen. So the old cooking oil on the chain trick. It's better than no oil on the chain. Much better. It's still a lubricant. So any sort of oil is better than no oil, even if it's vegetable oil, like whatever. That's been my experience with chains and many years of bikes. Any oil is better than no oil. You can use like engine oil, you know, old engine oils you can keep when you do like an engine oil change, but I'm sort of in the middle of nowhere, so I don't have anything. So I'll spin this around because the wheel's off the ground because of the stand. I'll spin the wheel around and then slowly drip a bit of this on the chain and then rub it in with the rag so it actually soaks in. Much better, huh? It's not perfectly clean, but it's better. Chain's all oiled up, spinning nicely. Looking good, man. I've lost a few kilos from being sick. I reckon I would have lost like 3 kilos or something, at least. I realise this is a BMW box, GS. I don't know why I never realised that, but it looks cool as I really like it. But yeah, it's the BMW. That's the BMW like adventure touring bike, GS. Given the owner of the property is the son, letting him have a little ride on it. He wants to test it out. But you know the rules. If you break it, you pay for it. Alright. Good morning. It is the next morning. We're just checking out. I'm gonna go check out those weird, strange monoliths. Just gonna have breakfast, but I need to sort out the payment option. Because everywhere has Google Pay, but Google Pay's banned in India, so you cannot download it or set it up, but you can use it. Very weird. But I don't have enough cash on me, so I'll have to go to ATM if there's an ATM around here somewhere. Kind of like the middle of nowhere, you know. Banana and honey pancake. Not bad, huh? Chuck a bit of honey on there. Woo. And we got a cold coffee as well. It's actually quite delicious. Not sure why my pinky's out. Good pancakes. I've had these a few times. And this is good prices as well. It's like 200 rupee for this, which is quite a good price considering it's in the middle of nowhere at a, like, you know, hotel resort. Bruh, let me show you this dilemma. This is what I have. This is what happens to me every time. Let me show you. Fino Payment Bank. Oh yeah, great. There was one like, what? I think it was 5 minutes away. It's probably not going to load because my phone data doesn't even work in India. Mamma mia. Anyway, there's like a full photo of like an ATM. That's the ATM. Sick. And I'm in the middle of nowhere and I've got to pay for this hotel. There's no ATM here. Hello, bro. How are you? There's no ATM here, bro. This is like, this happens to me, yeah. There's no way. This happens to me every time. Every time. At least the bike looks clean. The next solution is one of the owner's friends has a shop that has card. So we're gonna pay his friend's shop with like 5% on top, and then his friend will just transfer him. So that should work well. I've got the motorbike jacket today. I've like strapped it under my straps, both the arms. So realistically, that should just stay there and just flap around a little bit. I reckon it should be sweet. It looks pretty cool. It's like a nice backrest, huh? You can introduce yourself if you want to. Your name?
My name is Pawan.
Pawan. And you're like the family owner of Mowgli?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. I like that place. Check it out. If you come to Hampi, I would suggest it. Let's see. Hopefully my card works here, huh? Fingers crossed. Yes. We did it. Thank goodness. Thank you, bro.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you very much. All right, sweet. And then yeah, he transfers you.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, bro. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks. Cheers. Yes. Thank goodness. What a lifesaver. Literally like middle of the town, middle of nowhere. That was lucky. So maybe if you're a foreigner, it's a good advice to get Apple Pay, Google Pay, sorry. Get Google Pay set up before you come to India, if you can set it up in your country. Like I've got VPNs and stuff and I still can't download Google Pay for some reason. Always carry cash on you, but because I've been sick, I had to stay here much longer than I thought. So of course it's more cash than you think. Just the things that happen. All right, now I'll show you. We got a 45-minute journey to these like prehistoric area. This is where we have to go. This is where we are now, right here. We go all the way back this way. All the temples and the cool stuff in Hampi is like around here. This is the region or state of Karnataka. And we got to go all the way around here to this place. And there's some epic stuff here in the rocky hills. So, I'll see you over there. Alright my friends, my apologies, I've lost all the audio files for these videos here, which is so frustrating. However, don't let that deter you from watching this video, because this place is mind-blowing. It's amazing. It's one of the coolest places I have been to myself. Now, one crazy thing that happened, which I'll give you a little teaser about right now. I saw the biggest python I've ever seen in my life. It was like 3 to 4 meters long. I'm thinking anaconda when I saw it. And I didn't think I got it on camera, but I did. I got it on camera. I turned the camera quick enough and you could see it. This is like a 30-minute to 1 hour hike, keep in mind. When I came back down after, one of the farmers came up to me and said, be careful, bear. There's bears here. There's bears in this area. How wild was that?
It's a very common sight to see bears that's quite dangerous. So if you come here, it's called Hiribenakal. It is a megalithic dolmen site, which I'll explain to you as we explore this magnificent place. Just be careful. This is why I also have a stick. I've got a stick with me because I see a few snakes. But yeah, always good to have a stick. You never know if there's going to be leopards, elephants, bears, pythons. And then I spotted this rock, which if this was anywhere else where there wasn't megaliths in the area, it probably wouldn't be that interesting. You would just overlook it. But because this rock that appears to be perfectly split in half, because it's in an area where there is already remnants of cut stone and like ancient humans doing stonework, it sort of adds to the mystery a little bit more, you know? This is a common thing though that can happen from lightning strikes. Lightning strikes are ridiculous temperatures. They get up to like, 30,000 degrees. Anywhere from like 100 million to 1 billion volts per lightning strike. And when something like this hits a stone, it causes any moisture and water in the rock to like heat up very, very quickly, very rapidly, releasing the steam. And then because of the expansion of the water, it explodes the stone. Like you could imagine, like hearing the sound, it would sound like a gunshot. It would be like, poof, and the stone is perfectly split in half. Sometimes not happening this perfectly though, which is why it's quite impressive. It's like a perfect sphere on top of that rock. I had to take a little detour, making sure I didn't stand on any cobras or snakes.
What a wild landscape, huh? We're getting high up, that's for sure. Keep going this way. The datings for these sort of places, because you can't really date from what I know, I don't think you can really date rock. So I believe they dated the paintings, which the paintings were dated to be 2,000 years to 3,000 years. So that's the only real dates they have for this place. So these shelters that we're going to, which I'll explain more about, that's just their estimate, Wow, this is hectic. There is no one here too. Don't forget, people don't know about this sort of stuff in Hampi. Oh yeah. I don't think any tourists have been here, to be honest with you.
As I said, it's called Heerebenkal. It's a megalithic dolmen site. Dolmen means stone burial chamber. These are famous worldwide. These are ancient ways that our ancestors had like a cultural and religious significant burial site. As I come around the corner, we pass these small little rock huts, these small little rock chambers, which are very small in size. They're just almost flat on the ground. As we walk further, that's when this landscape really opens up and you see the size and the scale of these rock huts. That's sort of what I will refer to them as. They're massive. I struggle to actually reach the top and to touch the roof. These are nothing small, these are massive. And some of them are fully enclosed, which is quite weird. Some are enclosed on all four sides. There's a stone slab standing up with that huge slab on the top, which, keep in mind, I've worked in construction. I know what these things weigh. I'm very good with universal weight of stuff. These would be extremely heavy. Even like, these would be getting close to a ton. These would be anywhere from 500 kilograms to a ton or more, easily. Some of these stones, some of these granite slabs are they range from like 50 mil thick all the way to 150, 200 mil thick. Some of them are 4 meters by 4 meters. They are massive, guys. These are on a huge scale. They're massive. These would be extremely, extremely heavy. Not to mention, you mix that with the awkwardness of this location. it is very, very easy for them to break. You have to handle them quite fragilely. Like, you've got to be quite precious and careful with how you handle these sort of things. These are 2,000 years old, 3,000 years old or more. They don't really know. So they're huge. It really gives you perspective of how big these are, especially when I stand next to them and show you. The interesting thing with the archaeological study that was done here, they never found human remains. And it just seems weird that a burial tomb would be so big. It seems unnecessarily massive. There's a few local Indians who have made videos at some of these spots, and they referred to them as possibly being, ancient places for meditation and spiritual enlightenment, which it makes more sense, to be honest, than a burial site, especially being at the top of a hill. You're closer to the gods, you're in a very secluded spot, it's very peaceful up there. People would go there and sit and meditate until they reached a state of, enlightenment. And just the sheer scale of how many of these tombs or huts, there's heaps of them. There's hundreds of these. Hundreds of them. And some of them have little windows as well. These pretty accurately circular windows, which is also very, very difficult to do without damaging the slate and the rock. You'd have to be quite precise with how you work, because it's very easy to crack these rocks. Believe me, I've moved tons of rocks like this in my life with machines, and it's so easy to, crack them. Around this point, this is where I see this python. I hear these rocks moving. They are clattering. They're making, clattering noises as if someone's throwing rocks everywhere. And I just turn my head because I'm like, what? That's a very unnatural noise. And I turn the camera and you can see this is 1/4 of the snake. See that rock on the left? That huge rock that's flat and very easy to see. It's a very flat surface with no details. The snake was lying across that rock, sunbaking. That thing was a monster. So as it moved off the rock, it made no noise until it got down behind that hut. There's something very beautiful about seeing something so huge and majestic. It's you see it, it's hard to explain. You just see it and you're like, what is that? You're just sort of in shock, look at this thing, I had to look through these rocky areas and I could not find it. I really, really wanted to get a close-up on camera. What I was thinking was it actually went into this hut, which is creepy, you've got this 4-meter python all curled up in this hut. I get goosebumps now as I'm doing the voiceover for you. What a monster of a python. I'm very glad that I got it on camera. I think it's in that hut, that stone hut right here. I think it's in there. This site is thousands of years older than anything in this region. Thousands of years older, which makes it really special and surprising that not more people know about this. Everyone knows Stonehenge. Everyone knows Stonehenge and those sort of monolithic sites around the world. But India truly has some sites that are completely on the same level, or if not more impressive than these sites. It's strange that they are so famous, you know, Stonehenge and stuff like that, but there's many. Northeast, there's some more massive monolithic sites that are even more fascinating than this place, but I think this place is just on a interesting level because it's more human-like, it's more relatable, it's more like, why did they build these huge stone huts? Like, what was the purpose for, you know? Hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you share it around, show some people this video, and I love reading the comments. I look forward to reading, you know, the ideas and the hypothesis that some of you have on why these places are here. Alright, my friends, make sure to like the video, press subscribe as I keep exploring India. Thanks heaps for the support. Love you guys. See you in the next video, which is another mind-blowing destination. This place is not really talked about. So see you in the next video. Peace out.